All right, I'm going to go to team total. Bucks over 122.5 minus 120. They are playing the Boston Celtics. This is a flat out scheduling spot. J Money. Celtics, 5th game in 7 days. They're on a back-to-back going on the road, coming off of overtime against the Minnesota Timberwolves at home. They got it done. They did what they needed to do. 18 straight at the house. That's a new franchise record for the Boston Celtics. This is a really tough spot against a team that is going to be desperate for a win. The Bucks are coming off 2 straight L's, have lost 4 of their last 5 games. At home, over this year, the Bucks are averaging 124.6 points per game at home. Just like we talked about the Lakers and the Suns, that being both teams, hopefully Phoenix getting up for that matchup on TNT, this will be a major game. The Milwaukee Bucks will show up and try to show out against their top competition in the East, the Boston Celtics. Just like the Timberwolves got up for the Boston Celtics coming in to Boston. They didn't want them to win 18 straight. That was without Rudy Gobert. That was without Mike Conley. I did the NBA bet stream. I was on the game. We went through it. Boston should have lost that game. Minnesota came down the stretch and collapsed a bit offensively. They were sending a double at Ant-Man Anthony Edwards, and he couldn't get it done. They had a couple wasted possessions coming down the stretch. And then in OT, the crowd was rocking. Minnesota couldn't get it done. Now Boston has to get on a plane, go to Milwaukee, who's lost 4 or 5, are kind of reeling a little bit. At least offensively, I know for a fact the Milwaukee Bucks are going to get up for this game. Just like Jay said, they're going to put up 125 on Boston's head. Is that going to be enough? We shall see. The injury report right now for Milwaukee is clean. The only person on there is Jay Crowder, who's been out a vast majority of the year. So I don't know who's going to play for Boston. I know Milwaukee is going to be up for this game, regardless of who gets on the plane and who suits up for Boston, who is playing 5 in 7. Kristaps didn't play against Minnesota. We'll see if he shakes against Milwaukee in Wisconsin. Bucks team total over 122.5 minus 120. I really like the spot. I don't see why Milwaukee wouldn't show up against a tired, banged up Boston team who just got off a really hard win in overtime. Now they got to go on the road and then slow up one of the best offensive teams, if not the best offensive team. Now that Halliburton's down in the NBA, I can't see them not scoring 123 plus here. Give me the Milwaukee Bucks team total at home. Jay, how you feel about it?
Yeah, I can't talk you off. And I like that you're staying away from the spread, which as we're recording, we don't really know what the spread is. We don't know who's going to play for the Celtics, but I mean, just like you laid it out, Dame Lillard was out the last game with personal reasons. He practiced. Looks like he's going to, they said that he's available for sure. So you're going to get everybody in there for the Milwaukee Bucks. We know that these two teams have bad blood. The Celtics have already beaten them earlier this year as well, 119-116 in Boston. But this time around with Milwaukee, this team has been kind of reeling. We know that they're going to be pissed off, Sean. So I like how you're finding the angle to go with the Bucks. And 5th game in 7 nights with travel, and like back-to-back, 3rd game in 4 nights, travel on the road, coming off an overtime game. It's an absolute dead zone type of spot for the Celtics to possibly be coming in here. Real sleepy spot here, man. I could see these guys falling asleep in the second half of this game. And the Bucks coming off 2 horrible losses. I mean, the game versus the Rockets wasn't too bad, but they lost at the house versus the Jazz. Giannis is pissed. They were down 33 in the first half. Like, and you know what I'm saying? You found a really good spot to back the Bucks here to come out absolutely pissed. Might have to look towards their way in the spread as well. But 5th back-to-back with travel and come off overtime game, 5th game in 7 nights is always a fade spot, no matter even if it's the best team in the NBA. I mean, don't be a bit surprised if you see a guy or two rest for the Boston Celtics in this one, man. So horrible spot to be looking towards the Celtics. I think they're going to be running on fumes in this game. I like your look on Bucks team total, Sean.
Spread as we record this is it's Wednesday night at 11:22 p.m. The number right now is Bucks minus 6.5. So keep an eye on that, see where it lands. But that's what the number is right now. With the rest advantage, which the Milwaukee Bucks will have, they had a 1 day off. They're 6-3 ATS with the rest advantage. with 1 day off, the Milwaukee Bucks against the spread are 16-9 ATS. That's fourth best in the NBA. I expect Milwaukee at the very least. Maybe they don't cover 6.5. I don't see why they wouldn't cover 6.5. But I know offensively, they're going to come out and get busy in this spot. They're going to get up for the Boston Celtics. They've lost 4 or 5. They're at home. I see no reason why the Milwaukee Bucks don't have success here on offense. Give me over 122.5 with the team total.